I think every DJ or mix artist has come across this situation. Time is running out on a song you're playing and you haven't decided on what to play next. For those of you who use REKORDBOX in performance mode, there's actually several tools that help assist you in figuring out what to play next. If you have your harmonic keys tag showing, you'll notice that certain tracks get highlighted, the screen right here, based on the playing track. So right now the playing track, or this track loaded, is on 8A, which is A minor. And the compatible keys are 7 and 9. So those get highlighted when you're looking inside your playlist. But the song selection assistance goes deeper than that with this section right here. A very powerful tool called Related Tracks. It's very similar to Smart Crates or Smart Playlist, but has more advanced capability. In fact, you could probably call it Smarter Playlists. Speaking of Smarter Playlists, in order for this all to work for you, you have to have music in those playlists. And a great place where DJs and mix artists can go to is Direct Music Service. DMS is an online database where DJs can get their music from. There's thousands of unique edits, remixes, and originals that you can choose from of your favorite tracks that you can use to rock your next dance floor. They also have an app that you can use on your mobile device where you can browse their database and then save songs so that it appears on your Dropbox when you get home. I'm going to leave you 2 discount links down below in the pinned comment if you want to subscribe. Go to directmusicservice.com today to sign up. So Related Tracks isn't just a customized way to browse tracks, but it displays specific tracks in relation to the track you're currently playing. If you want to browse songs close to the tempo of the currently playing track, you can do it. If you want to browse for a track that's close to the tempo and the key, you can do that as well. So there's basically 2 sections here. There's the track suggestion, which you can't really customize. And inside there is era, mood, and association. This is only affected by what you put in your tags. But we're going to focus on the ones we can customize. And the 3 default ones is the one called BPM plus key, same genre in 30 days, or same artist. And then this BPM and history is one that I made. So basically, in these Related Tracks playlist, you can go over here to the gear icon and you can actually customize the rules. If you look, you can check mark BPM, key, year, date added, matching, history, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Same artist. And if you look on BPM, you can change it to current track or within the following range. Basically, similar to a smart playlist or a smart crate, you can set a certain parameter of rules. But what they do that's one step ahead is the fact that it will show the playlist how it relates to the playing track. So here for BPM plus key, this song is 105 BPM. And if you look, it's only showing tracks within the threshold of 5 BPM plus and minus. And because key is also check marked, it's only showing all the compatible keys to 8A. So you'll get 7s and 9s in there as well. Same genre in 30 days. If you look, it's date added, tracks within the same genre. I don't have my genre tag, so this is blank. And then same artist, that one's obvious because in the rules, it's only the same artist with the same exact name that's in there. And if you want to create your own related track, all you have to do is hit the plus sign and you can set the rules and create your own. Say you want to do same artist and key, but not BPM. You can have one, but we'll delete this for now. And one of the cool things here is you can actually specify what playlist it actually looks up. So you can uncheck mark all the playlists, and then you could just hit a couple of these, or just check mark all. I pretty much leave them all check marked because I want it to go through my whole collection. If you really like the playlist that's showing in your related tracks and you want to turn it into a regular playlist so you have it permanently, you can turn those related tracks into a playlist by right-clicking on that related track playlist and go to turn the related tracks into a playlist. And the reason why that's important is because if you want to export to a flash drive using REKORDBOX so you can play it on a CDJ or an XDJ or an all-in-one unit, you have to export it to a regular playlist in order to export it onto the flash drive. Now, here's something really, really unique here. Warren Peace from Direct Music Service actually showed this to me. And it's creating a related track playlist based on your history. So what does that mean? So if you've been playing on REKORDBOX for a while, it starts to build a playlist history of the tracks that you play. By having history checkmarked, it'll bring up tracks that you normally play with the playing track, 3 of them before and 3 of them after. And you can change that to down to 1 song before and 1 song after, or up to 5 songs before and after. And you can also checkmark BPM. So I have BPM and history. So what this does is it actually brings up the songs that you normally would play related to the track that you're playing, and the added rule of BPM will keep it within a specific tempo. For here, I have it plus minus 5%, which is a good range to be in order to mix without sounding funny. This right here can be a lifesaver because it could tell you the tracks that you normally play. So I asked Warren, I was like, hey, if it's always showing you the tracks that you're playing, wouldn't you then end up playing the same thing all the time? Well, what he said was, you don't just see the tracks that you normally play with your tracks, but you also see your joker cards, the ones that are like, I might not play that, I might not play that today. From times where you did something risky, but it worked, but it's not for every event. Having a related playlist of BPM and history kind of gives you a narrowed view of the family of songs within the same tempo that you could play. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to play them in the same order all the time, but it basically conforms to your judgment. But the longer you use REKORDBOX, the more accurate this playlist, this related tracks become, because it basically starts conforming to your taste and your habits. I probably wouldn't play Maroon 5, Don't Want to Know after Arms Around You, but maybe one day I'll be in a situation where I would. So basically, this is suggesting tracks to you based on how you play. And it's a totally different way of spinning than actively trying to come up with a new playlist or trying to freestyle it and you have Serato face or REKORDBOX face. So if you use REKORDBOX, I really highly recommend this rule, the BPM plus history. In fact, if this was me, I would use key. Now, if you notice, I don't have a big pool of related tracks based on history, and that's only because I clear my REKORDBOX every time I transfer my library from Serato using Record Buddy to REKORDBOX. But I do have suggested tracks that do show up because I recently used REKORDBOX at a gig. So if you use REKORDBOX pretty regularly, and it doesn't necessarily have to be performance mode, you could be using it on CDJs because you know that the USB drive updates your REKORDBOX play history once you plug it after a performance. It'll keep building a pool of history of your playlist. In fact, it even shows it down here, histories. And the more you play on REKORDBOX, the more accurate this becomes. So basically, make sure that if you do play on a CDJ, using a USB key to always replug your drives so that your histories always update. However, here's when it doesn't update. If you're using a device that's not a Pioneer DJ, CDJ, XDJ, or all-in-one system, but the device can read a REKORDBOX exported flash drive, your history doesn't actually update. That's because those devices aren't officially supported, and it's basically just doing a read-only on the playlist. Now, if you use a third-party DJ software that just so happens to read your REKORDBOX library collection and is able to play back from your REKORDBOX playlist or be able to do its own export to flash drive, It also does not update your history because it is only behaving in read only. So in order to take advantage of your play history as a rule for your related tracks, you have to be within the REKORDBOX ecosystem. All right, if you like this video or found it useful, be sure to smash that like button and click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and don't forget to click that little bell icon. Check out one of my recent videos. It's called 9 Things You Need to Know Before Upgrading to Turntables from a DJ Controller. Got plenty more lessons, tutorials, and discussions here on my channel. Really appreciate you for watching. Thanks. Take care. Stay healthy. The force is with you always.